Hey, truly remarkable lifers. This is KJ.
And this is Craig.
And we just kind of wanted to give you guys a little update on some stuff. As most of you know, we just got back from Europe and we are working diligently on getting our European vacation videos completed and uploaded for your viewing pleasure. But, life happens and we want to fill you guys in on something, and hopefully this little series of videos that we're going to do can be of benefit and help somebody else. So here's the deal. Before we went to Europe, our neighbor and friend noticed that Scrappy had some enlarged lymph nodes. Scrappy, this little girl. And that's never a good sign. And so we took her to the vet, and they did some preliminary testing and everything and came back and said they couldn't find anything. They were thinking maybe it might be just some sort of inflammation, infection, or whatever. So we put her on some medication and went to Europe, came back. Lymph nodes were a little bit bigger, which is not a good sign. So the vet suggested that we take her to the local animal hospital for more in-depth testing. And it just so happens that our friend, who is our neighbor, is also a vet tech, and she works out at this animal hospital here in Missouri, outside of St. Louis. It's called VSS, and they're absolutely wonderful. But so they did some in-depth tests, and we found out on Monday of this week that Scrappy has lymphoma. So we talked to the vet about treatment options and everything, and we decided to do a consultation with an oncologist at the vet and talked to her yesterday. A wonderful lady, Dr. Smith. Thank you. If you watch this, thank you very much. And there are some different treatments available for dogs. One of the things that stands kind of as a negative for Scrappy is she is over 14 years old. She's been around. She's been with me for a really, really long time.
But she's wanting to get down.
But she's wanting to get down. There you go. The standard chemo treatment is a once-a-week regimen for 2 months, and then bi-weekly for 4 months after that. And Scrappy is a little wiggle worm. She doesn't like being messed around with, and she don't poke and prod me.
Plus, she's 14 years old.
Right. And so they would have to sedate her for the chemo infusions. But the prognosis on that would be very good. They would estimate her remaining life to be about 12 months. The other treatment the other option we were given was basically to put her on high doses of Prednisone, which is a steroid. And basically they said that, the cancer will react favorably to that, but will probably within 2 to 3 months, it'll resurge and that'll be it. So the oncologist also said that there was another treatment alternative, and it is a new chemotherapy for dogs, only for dogs, and it's still like in the trial phases. It has been FDA approved, but it's still in the trial phases. And because Scrappy is in otherwise excellent health, and she still bounces around like a 3-year-old puppy, because of this, she's a good candidate for this alternative chemo treatment. And it's called Tenovia. I have to read the paper. It's called Tenovia. And what it is a treatment regimen where she does have to be sedated, and they do an infusion, and they only have to do it once every 3 weeks. And it's a 5-series protocol. So basically, the current results on this drug, it has the same prognosis as your old-fashioned chemo treatments.
Yep.
So we elected to go ahead and do this because Scrappy is in excellent health. She has a really good habit of having some sort of health issue and then bouncing back really, really quickly.
About last year, about this time, she had a growth on her back, and we were going to have that removed, and she had an issue where her blood platelets kind of plummeted to the point where they were undetectable. And we found out that she had an autoimmune disorder And we were able to get her back from that with antibiotics, prednisone, and she recovered with that. Her blood platelets were fine, and we were able to go ahead with the surgery. And at the same time as, like, literally the day before we were going to have surgery, she did something while we were gone, whether she fell off the couch or something, and dislocated her leg. So basically, we came home and her leg was just hanging like I called it a chicken wing. Not making fun of her, it was just hanging. And we were terrified at that point that due to her age and the recent trouble that she'd had and the cancer, tumor on her back was cancerous, it was just contained. We were afraid that was going to be it. But we worked with the vet, and we were able to get her surgery to get her leg fixed and her growth removed at the same time. And it was rough for a few weeks. She doesn't like to be immobilized. She doesn't like to be in a kennel, but we had to keep her as immobile as possible. And she came back from it fine. She's literally been, for the last 12 months, bouncing around. She runs, she jumps, she plays. She can't jump up on the couch. We have to help her up on the couch, which she's kind of learned not to do. But everything else is fine. She's just
She's getting a little older,
yeah,
you know,
older.
and even though, I mean, she bounces around and everything, you know, she is 14 years old, but most of the time she doesn't act like it. You know, she has her little old lady moments, but that's about it. Yeah. So, where we're going with all this is we wanted to let our subscribers and our viewers know that we have elected to go forward with this new chemotherapy treatment for her called Tenovia. And we want to put this video out there, and we're going to do this on a fairly regularly basis, because what we want to do is we want to update anybody else who is thinking of the possibility of using this this type of chemo treatment on their animal. We want to let them know exactly what we've experienced, to see if maybe to help them make a decision about their pet.
Yeah, and keep you posted on how Scrappy's doing as well. We kind of feel like you guys are our family. We want to make sure that we share what's going on so you understand what's happening with us, as well as just, you know, also letting you know, because I think some of you were expecting our Europe videos and it's kind of delayed things. So here's the scoop. Here's what we're going to do with the Europe videos. This video is to let you know what's happening, and we will be posting updates as possible for Scrappy. But at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and proceed with getting the Europe videos ready, and I'm going to release those as they're ready. So instead of waiting for our normal schedule on Saturdays, as they're ready, I will post them for you.
So you'll get rapid fire Europe.
Yeah, make sure you definitely subscribe to our Facebook if you haven't, and subscribe on up here somewhere. There's a subscribe button to be notified when we upload those videos.
So anyway, Scrappy had her first infusion of Tenovia yesterday, and she was a little groggy. You know, they had to sedate her, so she's a little groggy yesterday. And then this morning, we started. This morning we had to start her other medications, and she is taking 2,000 milligrams of prednisone, and she'll do that for the first 7 days.
Then get chubby.
Yeah, and then 1,000 milligrams of prednisone for the next 7 days, and then 500 milligrams of prednisone for the following 7 days. And then she'll have her next infusion. Today, she's been a little lethargic, not really bad. I mean, she's getting up, she's walking around. She hasn't laid down in the bed all day long. She hasn't vomited. She's had no diarrhea. So that's really good.
She's walked around and kind of just stared or looked at me, but basically, like, if you don't feel good,
yeah,
kind of like, oh.
But you know, there's no gastrointestinal issues today, so that's a good sign. You know, the vet said that with this type of chemo, it may happen, it may not. So we just want to let you guys know what our experience is with this.
Absolutely. So we will get back with you with some updates and our next series of videos, but we wanted to say thank you for following us, and hopefully we can keep you abreast of what's happening with Scrappy. So
there we go.
Thank you, and don't forget, if you haven't already,
go find your truly remarkable life.
Thanks, guys. And look who we got back there. Hi, little Scrappy. She's bouncing around in her cage. She seems fine, so let's see what happens. She's a little groggy. She had to sedate her to do the treatment because she has to be still while they're doing it. But so far, so good. I gave them my kidney, and they gave me my dog.
Hey there, if you like what you just saw and want to get to know us better, click the link to our Get to Know Us video. Please subscribe by clicking our logo on the left, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks!